Hi everybody, welcome back to another balloon tutorial. Today we're going to be twisting these little balloon bunnies on Easter eggs. You can see they even come with their little cottontail. There's the artwork for you. Yeah. And before we get to the twisting and talk about the balloons, let me go ahead and invite you to subscribe to the channel. It's down below, a little red box down there you'll see it says subscribe. Click on that. There's even a little bell. Click on that. You'll get notifications when I upload a new video. That way you'll be able to see new videos right when they come out. You'll probably be one of the first people to see them, again, because you've been notified. So the way I do my twisting is I bring the sound down. That way we can minimize all the squeaking that happens, right? We maximize all the teaching, which is really good. I'll do voiceover during that time. So you can see, take a look at them one more time really quick. For my pros, you can figure out how to do them right away pretty fast. You can see they're pretty simple but for everybody else, stick around and we'll go over how to make this. They're pretty darn easy. Again, little Easter bunnies on Easter eggs, just because Easter's almost upon us, and I decided to upload another video just because we're almost to 150,000 views. Believe that. Over 2,300 subscribers. It's huge. It's a big deal. I love it. I love it. I love it. Having so much fun. Let's go over the balloons we use to make these, okay? It's just 2 balloons, 3 if you want to add the little tail. But in this case, I'm going to go ahead and make the little balloon bunny out of white. So at the end, I should have that little tail left over and we should be good to go. It'll be all built in. But if you did want to make the little tail, it's simple enough to have a little piece of balloon left over to tie and install it. So there's a spot there near the pinch twist near the end, so you can do that. So I have blown this balloon up and I burnt it, and I still, after I stretched it, you can see I still have about 4 fingers on the end there. But at the end you'll see we'll probably get pretty close to that, and we'll see how we do on the very end here. I am using a black Sharpie because we're going to go ahead and draw the face on the end, and then this yellow, or excuse me, I'm looking at yellow over here to my left, this orange balloon, polka dotted balloon that I've already inflated, and you can see it's pretty good size. I use these, you know, as indicators about how big I wanted the size to be right there, okay? So just keep that in mind when you do it. So you can see it's almost inflated all the way up, but not too much, okay? So let's go ahead and get started with the twisting. Let's bring that sound down. Here we go. Okay, you see me right now. I'm actually struggling to get that orange balloon to stay on the desk, and it's not. It's refusing. The static is going crazy. So there we go. Okay, so the first thing we're going to start with is we're going to go ahead and make the ears for our bunny, and they're about 4 to 5 fingers there. There we go. And before we get too far ahead, actually, let me just let you know that at the end here on the tail, I had extra left over. You see I'm wrapping that orange into there. So you could probably do 5, maybe even 6 fingers. You'll probably still be okay to make your tail there. So I'm going to go ahead and do 2 bubbles. Okay, you see that right there? And I'm going to go ahead and wrap that balloon around, and it's going to come back to the second bubble, and we're going to twist the balloon around that, and what's going to happen is you're going to create a pinch twist when you do that. Okay, there we go, and that's going to give us our bunny's face. We're going to draw on that in a little bit. All right, so now we're going to do another 2 bubbles. Okay, let's make sure we squish that balloon, keep it nice and soft. There we are. So there's 1 bubble. There we go, see? And we're going to do a second bubble, and we're going to pinch twist that second bubble. And you can pinch twist it now. I believe that's what I did here, if I remember correctly. But you don't have to pinch twist it yet. You could definitely do it, you know, where you go around, just like we did a second ago. Okay, let's go ahead and measure those arms. We're going to do about 3 to 4 fingers here. There we go, 3 to 4, you can't go wrong. And do a second one just to match it up. There we are. And what we're going to do is we're going to go around the front of the balloon, and it's going to come back to that pinch twist. All right, and you'll see what's going to happen is it puts his arms right underneath his face, and that works out just fine and ends up looking really cute, like he's sitting up there. And from that same pinch twist there, and this is where you definitely want to keep your balloon nice and soft, because now we've gone around the pinch twist, you know, with that balloon, and we're going to go around it again, actually. Okay, so with that same pinch twist, we're going to go ahead and measure our legs, about 4 fingers, and we're just going to match it, and we're going to come right back up to the pinch twist. See, about 4, oh, excuse me, I did 5. There we go, fooled myself. 4 or 5 fingers, can't go wrong. And I'm going to go ahead and just make sure I twist them nice, and you see that I got quite a bit of balloon left over, and we only need just a little bit for the tail, so I'm going to go ahead and bite a little hole in that. And I'm just going to twist down at the bottom, depending, you know, how big do I want that tail to be. You see I'm actually twisting it around that pinch twist there. So yeah, when I decide how big I want the tail to be, you'll see right now I twist a segment there, and I'm going to squish the rest of the air out. There we are. So we're left with the tail, and you can see I have about a two finger segment there, and I'm going to just take that tail, of the balloon and just wrap it around the pinch twist a few times and run it between the legs there. There we go. And then we'll just adjust the tail now. Okay, so the tail, you can decide where you want it to be. If you put it on top of the pinch twist, that last one, it's going to push the legs down, just so you know. Okay, so right now I have it sitting below, so I'm going to go ahead and adjust that so it's sitting on top, so it'll really push those legs down, so it kind of hugs the egg, if you will. Okay, and that pretty much brings to the end. I'm just working on the aesthetics, and we're going to go over the artwork in just a moment. Stick around. Thanks for watching. Alright, so we made it to the end. So one thing to keep in mind, especially when you're working on this back end right here, is make sure you keep your balloon nice and soft. So you saw at the very beginning I had about 4 fingers. I would say even 5 would be okay too, just because at the very end you realize that I had like a lot left over, so that means we had plenty to work with, which is really good. So that way you don't run out of balloon while you're making this. This is really cool. Just a lot going on in here, but like I said, work with it, do it a couple times, work with the length on the very end of it, and you're going to be able to kill this design. So you can see it's not very difficult to do, which is really cool as far as the twisting goes. We're getting a lot out of one balloon. So let's go over the artwork really quick. You can see it's pretty basic. It's the same bunny face I've been using, but one thing I'm going to change this time, actually a couple things. Okay, so we're going to start with the same cute nose, little oval there. There we go. And I'm going to make this this area in the front here, the little this little snout area, I'm going to make it a little fuller. See that? So it's a little bit full, a little more round. And then for the eyes, I'm just going to have it, the little bunny, doing like a little, kind of like a little smiley face. Like he's really enjoying himself up there. There we go. Okay. And then last but not least, some little whiskers. There we go. Looks like we're good to go. So we have our 6 whiskers for our bunny. Hopefully you find that pretty darn cute, pretty easy to do. And what's cool about this is that because the natural shape of the balloon, in this case for round, wants to be like, an egg shape anyway, this worked out perfect. We didn't have to mash anything down, which is not a bad thing. It looks great, but in this case, when I did it, I'll show you one of these that I worked on before. It ended up looking like the bunny was on like a yoga ball. You know what I mean? And so I wanted to maintain the egg shape, which is really cool, and just ended up looking really cute. And on top of that, the polka dots. And so for Easter, so no having to draw, that type of stuff. So anyway, I'm just really happy the way it came out, and I think it's really appropriate for Easter right now to have him sit on top of a little polka dotted egg, just like that. So, and for some of you guys that do the Weeble where you're adding the weight inside, this will probably be pretty good too. It might stand up for you pretty as well. And last but not least, I know I'm just running my mouth here. If you get this on a quick link, you could probably drop this on top of a wand, and now it becomes something even bigger. So just mess around with it and see what what comes out of it for you. So thank you very much for hanging out with me. I always appreciate it. Be sure to give this video a thumbs up. I know it might have gone a little longer because of me running my mouth, but hopefully that's not such maybe not the worst thing in the world for you. So comment down below, tell me what you think about it. Say, hey, I might try that actually. Like I said, I'm just trying to make sure that we have nice cute designs that we can use with Easter just around the corner. So until next time, ladies and gents. Oh, I almost forgot, if you want to support the channel, patreon.com/jlomagic. Hopefully I didn't say that too fast. Well, I'll put it in the description below. Don't worry about that. Alright, so until next time, guys, and thank you very much for all the views. I really appreciate it. Couldn't have done it without you. Thank you guys very much. Happy twisting, everybody. Bye.